Thank you for the introduction. Welcome to the last talk of this session. Is it a big deal? I believe everyone in front of your screen wants to know the answer. Same for us. Let's find it out in the next 20 minutes. In this talk, I'm going to show our new data on the mineral systems in the Delamerian Orogen and our new insights of their mineral and economic potential. From the talks given by Chris and David, we now know that the Delamerian Orogen is a continuous, convergent margin extending from New South Wales and South Australia to Western Victoria on mainland Australia. The Delamerian Orogen recorded over 400 million years of geological history, during which it experienced a range of evolutionary stages and tectonic settings, including passive margin, rifting, arc-related subduction, chelation, and orogeny, and post-orogenic extinction. You may ask, why is the detailed understandings of the tectonic evolution of the Delamerian so important? The reason is that such convergent margins are best viewed as tectonometalogenic systems, which means the tectonic evolution and the formation of mineral systems are interlinked. Therefore, a good understanding of the tectonometalogenic system allows us to predict the potential of certain types of mineral systems. An example of such a relationship is shown on the figure on the right, displaying the global locations of large to supergiant porphyry copper systems and deposits. It is very clear that they are located in current and paleomagmatic arcs. As a convergent margin, the Delamerian is a favorite tectonic environment for several mineral systems, such as porphyry, episemal, and skarn. As an example, the figure on the right illustrates different types of volcanic-hosted massive sulfide systems can form in this environment. I would like to briefly touch on some of the open questions regarding the mineral systems in Delamerian before we started our work. The Delamerian is known to host a range of mineralization styles, and there has been some excellent work done on selected deposits. However, for a lot of the deposits, the age of mineralization, their deposit types, and pyrogenesis were not well constrained, which made it difficult to assess their mineral potential in a regional geological context. To address these problems, we conducted the first comprehensive study on the mineral systems in the Delamerian margin on mainland Australia, with the aim to address two questions. What is the mineral potential in the Delamerian Orogen margin? And if there is some potential, is it a big deal? We have applied a range of techniques to reduce mineral potential assessment uncertainties. For example, we have systematically collected geochronology, mineral chemistry, and sulfur stopes of the key mineral prospects and deposits in the project area. To understand the mineral potential in the Delamerian Orogen, it is fundamental to characterize the mineral systems, particularly their metallogenic characteristics, which is one of the key research outcomes from this project. The first set of samples are from the legacy drill core samples of 51 drill holes. We collected high-resolution drill core scan files, microscopic images, and mineral liberation analysis maps to study their textures, mineral assemblages, and pyrogenic sequences of the mineralized rocks. These data are directly from the rocks associated with mineralization. Therefore, they can provide direct information to help mineral exploration in the region. We have also studied the 17 new drill holes from the New South Wales NDI Delamerian margin drilling program. As shown by the photos on the right, we have found magmatic rocks of mafic, intermediate, and felsic in comparison. Different types of magmatic hydrothermal alteration styles, hydrothermal fractures, hydrothermal veins with symmetric selvages, and sulfides. These metallogenic characteristics have shown similarities with rocks from the Stavely drilling program and the South Australia NDI Delamerian Orogen drilling program. Earlier in this session, David has showed us the late Cambrian ages from the new NDI drill holes in New South Wales. The new ages are consistent with the results from other drilling programs in the Delamerian Orogen. Put all of this information together, the Delamerian Orogen sounds like a juicy environment for forming a series of mineral systems. In this project, we characterized 22 key mineral prospects and deposits. The table on the right summarizes some of the key information, including the name of the prospects and deposits, the commodities contained in these systems, and the types of mineral systems they belong to. All these information are recorded in the report shown in the middle of the slide, which has been released and publicly accessible. I mark the different types of mineral systems in different colors and plot them on the map of the Delamerian Orogen margin to demonstrate their spatial distributions. In the next, I will step through the metallogenic evolution through time in the context of tectonic evolution stages of the Delamerian convergent margin, from old to young. The mafic ultramafic rocks and nickel-copper PGE systems are found in the Mount Arrowsmith area of northern Coonabarry Belt, New South Wales. We have successfully obtained 2 ages from apatite using uranium light isotope systems. The ages are between 590 million years and 580 million years. The nickel, copper, and PGE mineralization is primarily associated with basaltic rocks. We have outlined the distribution of basaltic rocks package in this region. They can give indications to explorers about where to look for this mineral system. Nickel, copper, and PGEs are listed critical minerals and strategic resources in Australia. Most of the critical minerals are byproducts for different mineral systems. So it is important to conduct nanoscale analysis to review their content, distribution, and deportment. For example, apart from the nickel sulfides, pentlandite, nickel can also be enriched on the rim of pyrite in the Mount Arrowsmith area, as shown by the mineral chemistry map. Integrated with existing understandings, the Mount Arrowsmith mafic, ultramafic, nickel-copper PGE system is believed to form in a rift-related passive continent margin setting during the breakup of the Rogenia supercontinent in the new proterozoic. Moving now into the Cambrian, we applied multiple analytical methods and techniques to constrain the timing of mineralization by using hydrothermal alteration minerals, which are directly linked to the formation of sulfides. We received a group of ages between 505 million years and 494 million years from the porphyry epithermal mineral systems in both the locality cars of New South Wales and the Staveley Ring of Victoria, and one age around 525 million years in South Australia. The 515 million years to 490 million years was a key interval for the development of a magmatic arc system in Delamerian. This marks a major regional metallogenic event, facilitating a range of mineral systems including porphyry, epithermal, skarn, and VMS mineral systems. We outlined the extent of the convergent margin in green color based on Geoscience Australia's layered geological mapping, plus the distribution of the arc rocks on the map in yellow. The arc rocks can be juicy for a series of magmatic hydrothermal mineral systems. We have confirmed multiple commodities, including critical minerals and strategic resources, in the Cambrian mineral systems. Copper, gold, and zinc are the primary base metals. And we have also revealed the occurrences of several critical minerals, such as cobalt and indium, in sulfide minerals. Sulfur isotopes can be useful to study the source of all materials. The photo on the left shows sulfur isotope composition of nanoscale pyrite with different textures from the Scrops Range prospect of locality cars belt in New South Wales. The sulfur isotope value of the pyrite with clean surface are lower than the values of the rough surface. But overall, all the values are between 0 and 4 per mil, which means there are multiple generations of magmatic sulfur involved in the formation of the sulfide. Therefore, it is likely that several generations of magmatic fluids are involved in the formation of sulfide in the Scrope's Range prospect, which can enhance the mineral potential of the system in the region. The formation of these Cambrian mineral systems are controlled by the evolution of a Delamerian arc in the context of a continuous convergent margin setting. This means a series of geological processes, including subduction, magma generation, fractionation, redox variation, and fluid exclusion and evolution. These processes can eventually lead to the formation of a spectrum of mineral systems like what has been outlined here. The 490 million years to 460 million years granitic magmatism and the related porphyry copper moly mineralization have been well studied by a MINEX CRC embedded researcher, Dr. Wei Hong, in collaboration with Geological Survey of South Australia and the University of Adelaide. To help explorers narrow down the search space for the Ordovician porphyry copper moly systems, we have outlined the distribution of the magmatic rocks formed between 495 million years and 460 million years, based on the latest layered geological mapping by Geoscience Australia experts. The model proposed by Hong et al. Suggests the magmatism and the porphyry copper moly deposits formation is a far-field response to subduction related to the Macquarie arc. More details can be found in their publications. The organic gold system have been found in the east of Cambrian volcanic arc and the north of Coonabarry Belt, as well as the central Stowell Zone in Victoria. They are formed in the early Silurian, around 440 million years. The formation of organic gold system is associated with the green schist to amphibole facies metamorphism of turbidite sequences and the activation of regional scale fault systems during the Delamerian Orogen. The organic gold deposits have a very interesting fluid history. Here I show you an example of sulfur isotopes composition of pyrite from the Fiddler's Creek of central Stowell Zone, which demonstrates multiple sources of fluid contributed to the formation of sulfides in the organic gold system. The sulfur isotope variations are consistent with its textures and chemical compositional variations. The mineral chemistry map highlights the variations of cobalt content in this pyrite sample. The rim of the pyrite has a clean surface with lower delta sulfur 34 values and contains higher cobalt, while the core of the pyrite, which has a rough surface and higher delta sulfur 34 values, contains lower cobalt. This indicates different fluids have distinct capacity to enrich and transport different metals. This understanding is particularly important for critical minerals. The last metallogenic event is discovered in Devonian. We have obtained a group of magmatic hydrothermal ages between 412 million years and 399 million years. The samples are from several types of mineral systems, including porphyry, epithermal, and Yinsun-related gold. This is a newly discovered metallogenic event in the Delamerian Orogen margin, and more work is required to further our understandings. The timing of mineralization might be taken to suggest a link to the Devonian basin formation and regional extension. The map on the right shows the distribution of Silurian to Devonian magmatic rocks along the eastern margin of the Delamerian Orogen. These rocks are formed between 420 million years old and around 400 million years, and widely distributed in the New South Wales, South Australia, and Western Victoria. The maps on the right shows the distribution of Silurian to Devonian magmatic rocks along the eastern margin of the Delamerian Orogen. These rocks are formed between 420 million years and around 400 million years, and widely distributed in New South Wales and Western Victoria. They might be responsible for the formation of these Devonian magmatic hydrothermal mineral systems. Mineral chemistry of sulfides from these Devonian mineral systems are collected to understand the potential of critical minerals. Based on our new data, the commodities are copper, gold, zinc, silver, cobalt, indium, arsenic, bismuth, and tellurium. This concludes the metallogenic evolution through time in the Delamerian Orogen margin. If we now step back and put everything together, we can start to address the two questions raised in the beginning of this talk. By showing the spatial extent of magmatic rocks from different time intervals in the history of the Delamerian Orogen, we demonstrate areas of interest or potential for multiple mineral systems within the relevant geological sequences and cover. This shows the 5 types of mineral systems and their commodities, including critical minerals and strategic resources, spread across 5 different metallogenic events across the Delamerian Orogen margin. Based on what we have found in this project, we have also developed a toolkit for explorers to identify mineral systems in the Delamerian. This includes a package of minerals and rocks for each deposit type. By using this toolkit, explorers can know what they potentially are dealing with in the field. This information is important for exploration in the Delamerian Orogen because it is a mostly covered terrain and relatively data poor, which has a big impact on assessing its mineral as well as economic potential. As a covered terrain, the depth to basement has a big impact on the economic viability of mineral discoveries. My colleagues at Geoscience Australia are developing a new cover model for the region, and the models have been tested with drilling by MINEX CRC through the Delamerian margin NDI programs, which can significantly reduce risks for explorers. Now to my second question. Is it a big deal? We can demonstrate the economic potential of the mineral systems by using Geoscience Australia's economic fairway tool. The map on the right shows a model of economic viability assuming a deposit with 15 million tons ore body containing 0.8% copper and 0.5 gram per ton gold. The deposit parameters are a realistic assumption, as the 15 million ton ore body is only around 50% of the total mineral resource estimate of some proven mineral systems in the region. For example, the Thursday's Gossan deposit in the west of Victoria. The model results suggest that such a discovery would be economically viable for the wide part of the Delamerian Orogen margin, shows in the red colors on the map. Therefore, our studies across the Delamerian margin of mainland Australia has made it go from an exploration black hole to exploration opportunities. This slide summarizes the datasets from our project. If you need any further details, please scan the QR code provided here or contact me directly. I would like to take this opportunity to thank many of our friends, collaborators, and partner organizations. Because of limited space, I do apologize as I can't list them all here. I appreciate your help and support during the journey over the past few years. I thoroughly enjoyed the collaborations and I'm looking forward to more in the future. Thank you for listening.